You do not need to experience dysphoria in order to be a trans person.
Hi everyone, we're back. And today we're going to discuss something that people send me stuff, which I appreciate. Thanks for sending me. But this one actually really just caught my attention because it's very disturbing what's happening in the trans, mask, trans, lesbian, trans, non-binary, you don't need dysphoria to be trans. Whoops, I made a mistake community. It's so insane. I can't even, Anyway, I'm going to talk about it because they don't want me to talk about it, but I have to talk about it because it's just going to blow your mind what you're going to see today. And I have to explain to you why this is important to me because I don't like seeing these young people take these paths, the wrong path, because it doesn't do any of us any good. Okay. So, I want to bring up this first one because it's so disturbing. I just can't even believe I saw this and witnessed it. So let's bring this one up right here.
I'm Joey. Technically, I've had 3 transitions.
What?
Ooh. Yeah, it's true. I'm not gonna lie about that. I've had 3 transitions. I was born female. I transitioned to be male, and then I transitioned to be female, and then I transitioned to be male. I know.
Why?
I know.
Why are you laughing?
I know. But listen. Okay, you gotta hear this out. You gotta hear me out because.
Wow.
The first time I transitioned, I was worried that, when I became Joey, the male, trans male, the first time,
The
I
first time.
was a little bit paranoid that all the people around me who discriminated against me and I gotta be real, people didn't know I was trans. I just looked like a dude when after I went
But
on
that's the
testosterone and got
point.
debated. I looked like a dude. Period. I'm more like I look like I'm kind of in the middle right now, but yeah, when I was on T, I looked like a dude. Anyways, and I didn't have to worry about people knowing if I was trans or anything.
But
I'd use the stall, obviously, but I didn't worry about it. Trans discrimination wasn't really a problem for me. If I'm super super honest.
okay, so I'm just gonna stop because they just keep they start rambling and it just is not really gonna. I want to talk about what they just said. So, did you catch that? I was born female. I transitioned to be a man. Okay. I transitioned back to be a female. And then I transitioned back to be a male. Okay. That is just cuckoo. That is not okay. That is so wrong. And then they start talking about how no one knew they were trans. That is literally the point of transition. So nobody knows that you transitioned. You see what I'm getting at here? These young people are transitioning to be trans. They have literally co opted a mental disorder. Okay, many of these people have some serious mental health problems, 110%. There is no doubt in my mind. This person is not happy. They keep seeking and seeking stuff, thinking that the transition is going to help them when it's literally not going to help them, and they should have never been able to transition in the first place. So there's something going on here, these cycles of things, and these people are looking for something. They're actually like looking for something they're never going to get in transition, and they should never ever even be able to have access to this transition. So here's the second one I want to bring up. And I want to tell you that I'm very sad to watch these. They do not, I don't want to laugh at it, even though it's cuckoo. It's disturbing and it's wrong and it's upsetting.
Hey everybody, I thought that I would tell you my little story about why I have facial hair right here and why I have to shave every few
Yeah.
days. My name
Testosterone.
is Elisa, I go by she, her. I was born a female, but for
Yeah.
3 years, I took testosterone. I had a full
3 years.
face of hair. I went by he, him. I started the largest Instagram page called FTM Transitions on Instagram. You can look
See?
through all those highlights. That was me. My face got really boxy. My neck got boxy. I still have a really
It's
deep
called
voice if I want to.
testosterone.
And people take me more seriously on the phone when I do.
What?
I had a lot of heart problems during that time. My I have actually less testosterone than my wife does right now. My current wife, my partner that I'm with, I was with somebody that was really treated me not so good during that time. I'm really glad that I didn't take off my breasts as well, because that would have just been really traumatic for where I am right
You
now.
think?
It really helped me find out who I am. Hush, kitty. Who I am right now,
Who
my
are you?
value, appreciate my masculinity.
sad.
I appreciate my femininity so much now. I've never had my hair so long, but there are a lot of issues that people do not tell you when when you're transitioning, especially then 6 years ago when I started my transitioning and I was taking high levels of testosterone.
Why?
Sleep issues, sweating profusely, really bad acne, a
I
ton
didn't
of
have
hair loss.
any
I'm
of
one
that.
of the lucky ones that was able to detransition and still look, like a female. A lot of people are not able to do that. Their body has succumbed to these irreversible issues.
Thank
I
you.
still grow 3 years after detransitioning facial hair.
Forever you will.
Hair. It still makes me self-conscious. I joke about it with my wife that, you don't mind, and she doesn't mind, but I'm just really self-conscious or worry about what friends will say during these times in my life. And I'll be like, I couldn't shave for you today, if they know about it.
So here, everything this person just said, and it goes on and on for a while. And why did this person transition? Why? Why did they transition and then detransition? What were they seeking? Yet here they are talking about how happy they are now being their masculine self. But why? Why couldn't you just be your masculine self? And I'm sitting here 32 years in this spot, never felt that way. Okay, first off. Secondly, I didn't take massive amounts of testosterone. Never have I done that. Why are they taking such huge amounts of testosterone? I don't sweat profusely. Yeah, I did lose my hair, but that is actually a genetic thing, okay? Okay, the only health problem I have ever had was the hysterectomy problem, okay, which could have probably been prevented. But again, I was way ahead of all of this stuff, and that shouldn't even be happening today. But this person is now going to live with all of these effects, and they transition to be trans. They are not transitioning in order to get rid of some form of dysphoria and understand this is a commitment. This is what I'm trying to show you with these things. It's so horrible that we have these people now in our community. And you mark my words, there are going to be so many more in the coming years. So many more. This one I found to be very important, specifically after this one. Remember this one said, I'm glad I didn't take my breasts off? Don't forget that. That is actually amazing that you didn't take your breasts off. Okay? But watch this.
I woke up thinking about a comment that I received last year when I first got my implants put in, and I made a video on my old account that got banned, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at how great my tits are. And some lady left a comment being like, they're not tits, they're breasts. Congratulations. First of all, no, they're not. Breasts are hormonally active organs that serve biological functions, hormonal stuff, and feeding babies and sexual purposes. These are silicone padding. It was put there for aesthetic purposes exclusively. That's right. It's kind of a misogynistic way to think about breasts. These are here so that sometimes I can look in the mirror and not be reminded of the fact that my breasts were surgically amputated and incinerated.
Wow.
Thanks. These are tits.
Wow, how sad. And how many more of these young people do you think there's going to be in the coming years? So that person detrans, and they're dealing with hair issues. This person detrans, took their breasts off, and now they got implants to make themselves feel better. And people are still razzed. They're going to get razzed for the rest of their life, probably. It's so, you've got to see what I'm talking. We've got to put a system back in place here so these people aren't doing this to their bodies. They all seem adults to me. I don't know when they transitioned, how old they were. The first one is literally going back and forth and do what? That should be actually off the table. Once you transition and detransition, it should be off the table. This last one is very important because I want to show you why this is happening. Okay.
You do not need to experience dysphoria in order to be a trans person.
There you go.
The
Right
idea
there.
that trans people always feel like they were born in the wrong body.
No, I don't feel like I'm born in the wrong body. It's my body. I just had to fix the body. So there you go. This person is so the problem. This is the problem.
Comes from the medicalization of transness.
No.
That is to say that when gender affirmation surgery
You see what they're trying to do here too is they're trying to take it out of a medical space and make it into an identity. That's why I get called a true scum and a medicalist and all of these things, because they're trying to say that you don't need to have dysphoria to transition.
became viable, specifically for M to F bottom surgery, a panel of white cis-het men decided if the women were trans enough to get surgery. They decided that trans women could not possibly feel any connection whatsoever to their
Shut up.
anatomy at birth.
Blech.
So the trans people that were getting these surgeries understood that this is what people were looking for.
How do you know?
And they
You're
passed this information
12.
along to the other trans people hoping to get these surgeries.
So look at these people don't even know what they're talking about. They're making up our history. First off, cis-het white men. Let me tell you, this stuff has been going on for a long time, and that's who was around back then. Okay, were white men, doctors who were trying to help us, by the way. Okay, so sit down, child, who's now making stuff up about what it means to be trans. That is literally the problem, and why we have so many young people who don't have dysphoria, who are taking on a space that they shouldn't ever be allowed to step into. It is so absurd and disgusting. We've got to take this away from them. It should never be accessible like this, ever. And I'm going to continue to speak out like this because I am just appalled that we have this situation. So with that, I want to thank you so much for watching this channel, helping me move this thing forward, getting more and more subscribers daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and we're going to continue to do these videos and expose this insanity of what's going on to these young, mostly girls. Have a great rest of your day.